Imagine discovering a shocking fact. Many men over 60 who struggle with mild erections aren't caused by low testosterone or aging. Rather, it's frequently something as simple as not taking a certain vitamin. Give your body the hardness and dependability you've been lacking in those intimate moments by replenishing this one vitamin. It's a scientifically supported game changer that might be the spark you need right now. It's not just hype. Hi there, I'm Dr. Leonard Hayes, a specialist in men's health with more than 30 years of experience assisting men in overcoming sexual difficulties as they get older. Without the use of invasive procedures, dubious medications, or anything else, I have helped thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s regain their sense of vitality, self-assurance, and connection. I'm excited to share a little-known fact today that most guys are unaware of. A vitamin that's frequently linked to prenatal care for women actually has a powerful effect on male vitality. Why? Not only does it increase circulation, but it also boosts nitric oxide, lubricates arteries, promotes testosterone production, and increases vitality. The finest aspect? This isn't a ploy. It's genuine, easy to implement, and something you can do right now. Stay tuned because I'll explain in detail how this vitamin functions, how to take it safely, and why men who begin taking it right now are seeing amazing results without the need for blue pills. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the button and enable notifications before we get started. In this manner, you will be able to access all of my scientifically based advice tailored to men like you. If this strikes a chord with you, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0. Your suggestions enable me to create content that really resonates. In light of such potential, let's now address the crucial query. Why do erections tend to wane around the age of 60? The underlying problem is in your blood vessels and is not merely related to hormones or diminished desire. Imagine this. A 68-year-old retired teacher patient, whom I'll call Tom, slouches in my office chair and avoids making eye contact. He murmurs, "Doc, why can't I perform like I used to?" He's talking about erections that are erratic, softer than they used to be, or occasionally completely absent. He attributes it, like many others, to the harsh reality of aging. However, this is the revelation I wish all men were aware of. Although aging plays a role, the true antagonist is the way our blood vessels change with time. Arteries, particularly the small ones supplying the penis, harden, swell, and clog more readily as the years pass. Even a small decrease in blood flow might cause problems because these fragile arteries are so sensitive. Performance deterioration is understandable when you consider increased oxidative stress, inadequate circulation, and covert vessel wall damage. Consider oxidative stress, which is similar to rust accumulation in pipes that gradually obstructs flow. I've repeatedly seen that in lab results. Those annoying letdowns in the bedroom are caused by accelerated vessel wear in men who consume diets deficient in antioxidants. This is where hope comes into play, though. With the correct vitamin boost, you can turn back the clock on these alterations. Here comes the unsung hero, a vitamin that addresses the root cause of the issue, rather than merely treating its symptoms. Let me reveal why this underappreciated treasure is the finest option for building strong erections from the inside out. I recall the day I finally understood a study that connected a vitamin found in prenatal supplements to significant improvements in male libido. I was initially skeptical, but as I learned more, the evidence grew. This was real science, not nonsense. My practice altered permanently after that. That vitamin, vitamin B9, or folic acid, since it isn't featured in advertisements for men's health products like protein drinks or exercise equipment, most men have never given it any thought. However, the formation of red blood cells, DNA repair, and cell proliferation all depend on this water-soluble marvel. However, for our purposes, its magic is in boosting your vascular system and making sure that blood surges where it matters most during intimate moments. I have worked with men in their late 60s and early 70s who had plenty of drive, but whose bodies were unable to support it. The change was significant when we optimized their folic acid. Relationships grew stronger, confidence restored, and energy increased. Strengthening the foundation that enables improved performance is just as important as improving performance itself. Folic acid lubricates the engine to ensure smooth RPM, so think of it as tuning a vintage automobile. Mike, a 72-year-old veteran patient, described how reestablishing intimacy with his wife was like going back in time, not by coercion, but by organic harmony. His story serves as a reminder of the importance of this. Folic acid is unique because it interacts with your blood vessels, particularly through a molecule that is essential to every erection. Next, We'll examine that. One thing becomes clear when speaking with patients who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Erections require strong blood flow. Don't take shortcuts. If the penis cannot receive blood, testosterone and libido are useless. That is the advantage of folic acid. It goes against homocysteine, a cunning blood chemical that damages blood arteries when elevated. Increased homocysteine reduces arterial lining flexibility, hardens them, and encourages the accumulation of plaque. Those arteries in the penis? They suffer first because they are the coal mine's canaries. Low folic acid frequently coexists with extremely high homocysteine in my clinic, which can lead to erection issues. However, folic acid smooths flow, protects arteries, and lowers homocysteine. Your body is prepared for arousal, which results in longer sessions, firmer outcomes, and increased self-esteem. I get the following comments from patients who have lost hope. "Doc, it's like I'm 20 years younger." And they're exactly right. This vessel protection has an effect outside of the bedroom, lowering inflammation in general. For instance, research indicates that males who take optimal amounts of folic acid are less likely to experience vascular problems, which is consistent with my observations in practice. The benefits of folic acid don't end there, though. It also naturally replicates the effects of Viagra. Allow me to demonstrate. Nitric oxide is the silent engine that powers every hard moment and is at the core of erection strength. Nothing without it. On demand, folic acid causes arteries to widen and rush blood to the penis by increasing the nitric oxide producing enzymes in the vessel linings. When I told a 71-year-old accountant that this could naturally raise his nitric oxide, he once looked at me incredulously. He had tried everything, and after taking folic acid, he was beaming about getting erections naturally, without the need for scripts. Folic acid works in harmony with your body, unlike medications like Viagra or Cialis that force the problem with possible adverse effects. It's real enhancement, without any negative effects. Give up your reservations and take back your advantage. And it gets better. Even seasoned experts are surprised by how folic acid affects hormones, endurance, and more. Because testosterone is the fuel for drive, muscle, mood, and manhood, men frequently become fixated on it when their performance declines. However, folic acid subtly supports all of the larger systems with which it is interwoven. Consider my 64-year-old patient, a former salesperson who is feeling unmanly, tired, disoriented, and without motivation. His entire setup was tattered from neglect. So it wasn't just low T. The fixer in question was folic acid. It promotes the synthesis of red blood cells to improve the delivery of oxygen to the brain, muscles, and gonads. It controls the production of nerves and neurotransmitters to enhance mood and desire, and it protects testicular cells from oxidative damage that reduces testosterone production. Outcome? Men report feeling more energized, thinking more clearly, and having that masculine spark. Giving your body what it wants isn't a miracle. According to anecdotal evidence, a man in his 70s who was a widower and was beginning to date again attributed his increased physical and mental resilience to folic acid, which made dates less stressful and more pleasurable. However, deficiencies in folic acid can still occur even with a healthy diet. Let's talk about how to optimize your intake. Patients would ask me, "Doc, how do I get started?" After I had revealed myself. I love that it's time for action. However, optimizing folic acid is not a quick fix. First, sources of food. Eat a lot of avocados, lentils, beans, kale, spinach, and fortified grains. Imagine a substantial vegetable and bean salad, easy, delicious folate food. Folic acid's significance historically increased in the 1990s when fortification reduced birth abnormalities, but vascular research later revealed its advantages for men. However, aging digestion or the interference of medications like antacids cause many people over 60 to fall short. I advise taking high-quality supplements at a baseline of 400 mcg per day, occasionally more under supervision for heart and sexual benefits. For optimal absorption, use it with B12 and C. Together, they work like a nutritional dream team, enhancing hormone and heart support. Consistency over megadoses is crucial. Experience has taught us that keeping a journal helps people realize results more quickly. The benefits of folic acid extend beyond erections to include heart, brain, and longevity. a complete package improvement. I advise patients that folic acid, nails, and heart health are closely related. It reduces homocysteine, which reduces vascular inflammation, lowers the chance of plaque, and protects against heart attacks, all of which are crucial for people over 60. In terms of the brain, it improves memory and concentration, preventing fog. Men say their mental clarity is like years of shedding. It combats cellular deterioration as an antioxidant, resulting in increased vitality, improved skin, heightened immunity, and possibly longer lifespans. Combine it with magnesium and zinc for a synergistic effect. Magnesium relaxes vessels, while zinc helps testosterone. When a 75-year-old golfer in my care combined them, he not only had more energy and improved his swing, but he also rekindled his passion with his spouse.
I've discovered that intimacy is fundamental to identity and goes beyond physical intimacy in men's health. Changes occur when one reaches their 60s or 70s, gaining extra weight, losing energy, and losing confidence in the bedroom. However, it adapts rather than disappears. I've witnessed men develop closer bonds as they age, their eyes brightening as the sparks rekindle. It's about being totally present, reclaiming value, and balancing body and mind. Last reminder, start small today. Don't believe the too late myth. Your body is strong. No changes, just decisions like eating foods high in folic acid or taking supplements. I've seen done guys embrace now and rediscover fire. Your best chapter is yet to come, so don't settle. That initial action, your decade might be redefined by it.